My 14 days are up in Kaibab National Forest, and now I have to ride my bike to the next forest. I'm all packed up and ready to go. I'll probably leave early because I want to be able to film it and show what this place looks like. So it should be a pretty good ride. Usually is. I usually go at night when the temperatures are great and there's no traffic. But today I'm gonna go while it's about 6 p.m. and a pretty nice day to do it because it's cloudy and rains occasionally. So now I'm going to hit the road. I have about 20 miles to ride and it should be a good trip. A lot of it will probably be during the nighttime. I'm walking to the road. I camp about 100 feet from the road, maybe 200. That's a lake. A few weeks ago there was visible water in it. But now I guess the plants grew. Maybe there's still some water. I'm not sure. I don't see any though. There's some visible water. Reach pavement just over the hill. Some nice rural houses here. Nice old truck. A smashed truck. Over there is a Buddhist temple. At least I think so. It looks like one. And I think I saw a sign that looked like it said Buddhist temple or something. It looked like I think it looked like a Buddhist word. Fire danger high. It doesn't seem like they change the signs when it rains. Rain usually dries up pretty quick though, because the sun here is very intense. There's a nice house. I like those mountains. It would be great to have a house with a view like that. And a lot of it's probably national forest. So you can climb those mountains. I'm not sure what those tents are for. Maybe cows. They've been there for a while though. There's a nice house. It looks like it's made out of stone. Real stone. That's pretty cool. And the horse. Beautiful horse. Sherwood Forest Road. That's interesting. It's like we're in Sherwood Forest. I'll have to walk up this hill. That's okay. I've been sitting down for a while. I'm walking up the hill now. It's nice to get a rest from sitting every once in a while. I've made it up the hill. It was a great experience. I like walking sometimes because it's a good way to get a break from sitting for long periods of time. And on the way up, I found this hat in almost pretty much perfect condition. Looks like it just fell out of somebody's car. It's not even wet. Like it hasn't even been rained on. So that's great, and it's a good brand. So that's pretty cool. Now I have a new hat. That makes me happy. Looks perfect. So now, at some point, I should be able to go down the other side of the hill. There's a pile of dead trees that I guess the Forest Service, they leave in piles. Eventually, they actually burn these forests because it helps remove leaf or clutter, flammable clutter, so that if there is a accidental forest fire, it'll be easier to put out because they burn up the extra fuel. Here's a logging operation. I think those signs over there actually say it's a prescribed burn, or they're planning one to help clean up the extra forest fuel. Still maybe 2 hours left till nightfall. It's pretty good temperature out here currently. Not too hot. I'm on this white pavement now. For some reason this pavement is white. The other pavement is not. Now, seems I'm going to be going down a hill, and I think this is a pretty long hill. It's after my, because it's a long way up. And here the pavement turns black again. This is a big hill. Another big hill coming up. I actually don't go full speed down the hills because this bike is from Walmart and you never know, it could rattle to pieces. I probably have about 60 pounds on it, plus myself. Oh yeah, the long hill. Time for the long hill. I guess I'm finally going down that hill that I climbed up way back in a few minutes ago. It seems like it was a lot of hills leading up to a high peak, and I'm finally coming down. And I'll have to climb a hill after this. I actually think every time I've came this way, which is about 5 times, it's been at night, so I haven't really seen anything in the daylight. Looks pretty nice. Sun's going down in northern Arizona, and the sky is nice and multicolored. Hard to see. Try and fix it. It's a little better, I think. Orange, yellow, blue, and very nice looking. That's a pretty nice looking trailer. Going through rural Arizona. It's pretty nice. Looks like an old shop. There's the gas station. Made it about halfway. About 12 more miles to go. It's getting dark. My camera's kind of bad at filming in the dark, but I'll keep trying. Have about 11 miles left to go. There are some cows. They're allowed to roam freely in the forest. I think they need a grazing permit. And the forest is separated into sections with barbed wire fences. So cows shouldn't be capable of wandering too far. Hello, cows. There's some little cows. They'll probably run. Coming up on the end of the pavement. The dirt road, I have to climb up a hill and then go down a hill, a very long hill. Going down the dirt hill now. It's pretty dark to film, too dark to film. I'm going down the hill on the dirt road. It's only 9 p.m. and I'm already almost at my destination. I have about a 2-mile ride left and a 3-mile walk. But I can't camp in the next forest tonight because the rule is 14 days per 30 days, so I have to skip tonight. So I'll head over there at about 4 a.m. and sleep for a few hours and sleep better tomorrow night. Now I have a lot of time to kill. I'll probably leave here at about 3 a.m. I'm at a power substation. But I'll probably head over to the truck stop, which is just a short walk away. I'm at this electricity power substation. It's just a big fenced-in place with some electrical transformers. And I'm just sitting here waiting for in the driveway because I have a lot of time before I can go into the next forest. Because I'm not allowed to camp there tonight. But this place is pretty nice. And over there is the truck stop. And I'll probably get some water there later when I start heading that way in a few hours. Now I'm going to the truck stop to get some water. Well, that was fun. I don't like to get water in the bathroom. They used to have a tap outside, but there's a lock on it. They have a tap outside, but it's locked up. I hope they take the lock off soon. Oh well, I only come here like once every 2 weeks. So, not a big deal. When I get water from that truck stop, I usually lock my bike to a telephone pole. There's a big field with a lot of power poles in it. It's finally 3 a.m. and I've been waiting in the field with the telephone poles. And now I'm going to the forest. I'm not sure if there's a specific time when I can enter the forest, but I read the laws and they say the definition of camping is occupying the place overnight. And I'll probably get to the forest at about 4 a.m. And that often is when the sun starts coming up. So I think it should be a good time. I'm here in the forest. It's about 3:50 a.m. and I have to climb this mountain. I'm at the top of the mountain and I set up my tarp immediately so I can be protected from the sun when it rises. And now I'm going to sleep during the cool morning hours. But this isn't my final campsite. I still have to walk through the forest for about 2 miles. It's an easy walk though. I'll probably do it later. But I like to sleep in the morning before it gets too hot. I climbed up the mountain at about 4 a.m. and now it's about 9 a.m. I immediately set up a place where I could sleep. And here it is. It's just a tarp tied to some trees to protect me from the sun. That's all I'm really worried about. And I slept for about 4 hours. And there's the mountain back there behind me. It's a pretty steep mountain, dangerous to climb. Here's the mountain I had to climb. It's pretty steep and dangerous, but I've done it a few times so I'm used to it. But I still get tired and it's still dangerous. It's pretty high too. But that farthest point there is probably the ground, the bottom of the mountain. That farthest grass looking part between those trees. So it's pretty high, but it's not extremely high. It's dangerous and rocky though, and the trees are very thick. These orange trees are marked for by the Forest Service. It means don't cut this tree. And there's my stuff over there. I literally slept just at the top of the mountain. I'm not sure why they mark all the trees like this, but I know the Forest Service, they cut trees to thin out the forest so it's less of a fire hazard, and they may actually sell some trees. And I like to just sleep as soon as I finish climbing that mountain because I like to sleep in the morning while the temperatures are still good and before the sun is blazing hot. Here's where I slept. It's just a tarp tied up to some trees to block the sunshine because the sun rises over there, and it worked great. This campsite isn't my final campsite. It's too far from the store, so I'll probably move later today or in a few hours. I just have to walk about 2 miles through the forest behind me, and it's a pretty good walk. Nice flat forest and a few hills, but it's mostly flat, and walking on pine needles, which is great for the feet. When I'm packing up, I like to put everything into this foam bed mat and roll it up really tight. And I have other items in here. I've packed up my things and now I'm going to start walking through the forest. I pack heavy objects and blankets in that bed mat because I think the handlebar can hold a lot of weight. The handlebars, more weight than that rack back there. That thing's pretty light back there. It just has empty water bottles in it. I need to get some support bars for the rack. Maybe buy some at Home Depot. You can make them pretty easily. Just have to have a long enough bar and some bolts. Now I'm going to start walking through the forest. About a 2-mile walk. Looking forward to it. And it's nice and breezy and cloudy. It's supposed to be about a 24% chance of rain, which is fine. I don't mind the rain here. It usually dries pretty quickly and feels nice. So now I'm going to start walking. It's a pretty nice walk, nice and flat. There are a few hills, but they're not too bad. And it's pretty much impossible to get lost here because this small part of the forest is surrounded by roads. on every side, and I can hear the highway from a long distance away. So it's pretty much impossible to get lost in this little forest patch. But it's a pretty big little forest patch surrounded by roads. Here's a nice lizard. There are a lot of lizards here. That's a unique tree. It's like some sacred ancient relic. Pretty nice looking. I'm almost to my campsite. It's just over the next hill. I've made it to my campsite. I like to camp under these trees because this area is shaded by 12 p.m. Here's my camp. I just have to pack up my tent and these things here into my sleeping mat and roll it up, which is a great way to pack things up because it can hold a lot of weight, and I can connect it to the front handlebars of my bicycle, which can hold a lot of weight too. I finally bought a new pair of boots. I've been wearing these cheap slipper shoes that I've sewed many times because they are basically falling to pieces. The bananas and anything else that doesn't get rolled up in the mat will go into my backpack there. And that's that. The rainbow. A fine addition to a daily diet.